everybody, it's Cody, Dixon RC here. So today I finally figured out a wheel and tire package for the FMS Mashigan. So the odd thing about it is I had a whole nother wheel set up for this truck that I wanted to use. The CC Hand XJ wheels. I already shot a whole video on it, of intro and the whole deal. Problem I was having with it is the way those wheels mount together with these particular tires I was going to use. I couldn't get them to work. Even I tried trimming the inside bead a little bit to see if that would help. It's almost like the wheel itself, the face was smaller than the 1.9 hole that the tire takes. So I couldn't really get it to do it. I tried I've got multiple sets of these tires, and I tried and could never get it to work. So now I really want to go with this tire because I think it really works. It fits the style of the model, the year era that this truck come out, the YJ. This tire kind of fits that styling of that era, the 80s. So we're going to kind of go with that. So I kind of want to stick with these tires. I know the tire may be the problem, not necessarily the wheel. Just those two together didn't work. So I decided to go on a different wheel. We're going to go with the Gmade SR05. It's a 5 spoke. What's the 6 spoke? SR5. What do they call it? SR5. Anyway, it's a 6 lug, which looks like a legit Jeep. They have scale bolts with them. Of course, there's a multitude of different center caps you can use with these. I ain't figured out what I want to do on that yet. The white kind of splits up the black and the red everywhere, so it kind of gives it a different little bit of a look. And this is also kind of a big look in the 80s as well with the white wheels. The tire I decided to go with it's a Gmade MT-1902. This is the stock tire that comes in the military Buffalo kit. It's a very aggressive all-terrain tire. I really like the styling of this. This is very much an 80s mud tire back in the day. They didn't have very aggressive ones like they do now. 80s mud tires were you had a swamper and you had like a mud hog or something like that, and that's what this kind of looks like. My dad saw this, and that's the first thing he said. This looks kind of like an old mud hog from back, and I don't think that's the proper term, but we'll go with it, whatever. So I had a bunch of these. I've got a ton of these tires taken out of the kits whenever I built the Trail Warriors, and I saw them in a box, and I was like, ooh, those might look okay. And sure enough, they work. They're a little bit above 4 inches. They're not exactly 4.4, which is what I really wanted to go with, but I think it's going to work. We'll get them all done, and we'll see. I've got one done already, and I'm only going to show you how to mount one of them. I'm not going to mount all three of the rest of them and bore you with all that mess. So, because Gmade wheels, the beadlocks, they are a little funky, and they're a little on the tough side to put together. They're not tough, but they're just more aggravating because there's more bolts to use, and the nuts aren't made into the hub kind of thing. So anyway, so we're going to do that. I really think this is going to be the look for this. I'm going to get rid of the spare tire and the spare tire mount because I don't really want it on there. Plus, I don't think I can buy one. I could buy, maybe. We'll see. Maybe I can get a spare and stuff. We'll see. But anyway, so we're going to do that. I'm going to show you what happens when you add these wheels to this, because it does change how the wheel nut bolts to it. It doesn't allow it to seat all the way. So I may do something else with that as well. Don't know. We'll see how that goes. But so hang tight. We're going to come around. I'm going to mount a set of at least one beadlock and then show finished product. I'm probably going to, it's starting to get a little dark outside. Maybe I can get a little bit of sunlight shots with it and then show you that. Hang tight. All right, so when you get a set of Gmade beadlock wheels, not the nice pretty aluminum ones, but these steel wheels, you get a faceplate in whatever color and style you want. You get a center ring. Now this is a full solid ring. It's got a little bit of weight to it as well. And then the back hub along with the nuts that holds the wheel together. The hardware you get 2 long bolts to help start everything. Then you get the special tool that works with the scale bolt that you get that comes with it. It's just for it. 2.5 millimeter driver fits into this, so it allows you to do that. And of course, you get a lot of nuts. You do get a correct amount of nuts. You get like 3 extra scale bolts, which is nice. The only thing that makes these things a little bit on the aggravating side is lining everything up and then having to put the nuts on here to be able to put the bolt through them. When you put the nut in here, it does not stay in here. It doesn't lock in this unit here for whatever reason. I don't know why they don't do that. But so first thing you'll do is you'll take your tire and then put the center ring in there. I call this the ring because they call them center rings for everywhere else. Try and get it as even as possible. Then set your rear hub in. Try to get it lined up if you can. Try and do it on camera here where I can see what I'm doing. Now these will only go one way because they do only fit in this hole. So from what I've gathered here trying to do this, I've used this Hot Racing makes a beadlock tool that I keep in stock. I keep a lot of them in stock actually. This seems to work really well. This inner piece here fits just over that, just enough to tighten it down. So it allows you to kind of tighten this down without having to worry about everything being off. Now give me a minute here. Let me see if I can work this in with these wheels. These tires are very uneven. That is not going to work. Let's see. Take one of these long ones here. Stick it through there. Stick that one through this one here. Make sure it's lined up. There we go. All right, so that's lined up there. So we'll take this end here, stick it in that. So you take your two nuts here, or two bolts here, line them up to try and get everything to line up and hold itself. That's the idea there. Then you go around on the, well, that one fell out, so that ain't gonna work. But anyway, it gives you an idea of where stuff's gonna be lined up. So you take your nut, put it on the back side, try and hold it with your finger the best you can. Start your little tool here. The downside of this little tool here, it is a 3mm. Not everybody has a 3mm hex driver, which I just happen to have just a simple little tool from car days. So also the best thing to do here at this particular moment is to make sure everything's kind of lined up and inside the inside everything it's supposed to be. Because sometimes, see like that one, so you can see slightly it's out a little bit, which is no good, but I gotta figure out how to fix that. There we go. All right, so it moved a little bit, it popped in, or that popped into the wheel, which is what I wanted. Make sure the back's okay, it's okay. Start tightening it down by hand. This thing allows you to go pretty tight, get it pretty close. I don't think that's going to work because of, nope. This is a trial and error kind of deal too as well. Because sometimes this stuff will work perfect every time and sometimes it won't. That's not what I want you to do. Try to get it to move just a little bit there. Oof, moved it too much. All right, and take a bolt, test it, make sure it fits, and it does sort of fit, almost. It's close. Should be close enough to work though. Continue tightening this down until it gets to the point where we'll try it anyway. See, Now, here's what I try and do with this is I take one of these long bolts or whatever bolt you're using, take it, thread it in like once, and then fit it into there, and then loosen it, and then it's there. Take it and hold it with your finger, and then stick your special bolt through it. Yeah, so I figured that wasn't going to work. And you just do that 6 more times. Alright, and that's how you mount a tire onto a Gmade bead lock. It is, like I say, it's a little aggravating, a little time consuming. But, so let me get the other 2 done, and then we'll mount them on the truck. Alright, so I got them mounted up. It looks really good. I like it. I think the tires could be a little taller, but I think the fit of the truck, this looks pretty good. This is kind of what I was shooting for. I think the white does look really good. The white fits the look of what an 80s era Jeep looks like. We get some decent, the side profile is right. I mean, they could poke out a little bit more. The rear is just right as well. So, not bad. I think it's going to work out. These tires look good. I don't think they're going to be super aggressive or anything. But I think if I could get it to lower down just a hair too, see, like if you look at it lowered like that, that's perfect. So, cool. So that's it. Wanted to show you the wheel and tire package I decided to put on the FMS Mashigan. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you later.